We back in this thing. All right, let me see what we got on the thing for the day, y'all. Let me put this timer on real quick, man. Y'all know I like to keep these things brief. I'll forget the timer, man. We just gonna go. I'm pretty sure these muds is under 30 minutes anyway, because it's just a perspective. All right, so for the topic for the day is, or for the moment, is mentality. Ooh, I should have put the timer on for this one. I should have. But whatever, we gonna keep this thing brief. Mentality. I once heard or learned or just read or just know or knew or however however I'm gonna say that. Once heard of this term or just saying that all is mind. Mind, M-I-N-D. All is mental. You know, the universe is mental. Something of that sort, you know? So, with that being said, and then we also heard of mind over matter, things of that sort, right? So with that being said, you know, I got to thinking. I got to thinking like, all right, man, if all is mind and all is mentality, man, then one should really focus on getting one's mind right, right? You know, and we've heard that term itself too. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. So, you know, of course, anybody with a mind, which is the majority of us, anyone that's had the ability to think, or which I refer to as conscious, which is something that I refer to as awareness, or just being aware. Are you aware that I exist? Are you aware that you are looking at me right now? Are you aware of yourself? Oh, but look, awareness, right? So mentality, I just got to just thinking it and making sense of things and within myself, within my own mind. What is a mind? Thought, you know? Triggah, man, a mind is much more deeper than a thought. That's what's up. I'm glad that you can express your opinion, your perspective, and things like that. But guess what this is, my brother? Look, mind, mentality is muy importante, my people. Very, very important. A lot of things don't happen because we don't have the right mentality about things. We, as beings, we can have anything we want. Anything we want. We must know that it's a lot of things ain't gonna just happen straight up. It's a mind thing, right? But just knowing that all things is possible. Anything is achievable. That's a great start right there. That's a great base to be at. And then of course, you gotta put the work in, and eventually, what? That's yours. So, but we have to have the right mentality. The right mentality, when we thinking about things like that, all things is possible. Anything we've heard of before, even the things unheard of, even the things, more specifically, the things that we're bringing forth or creating, that is more than likely a sure thing is going to happen. Especially when you're working coinciding with nature. That's just natural. So my mentality, man, the particular way we think is very, very key. A lot of us, because of the environment that we grew up in, and when I'm speaking, I like to bring things back here to where I reside in the Americas, you know, more specifically North, or if you're a key to know how things is working, South America, but North America, Amurak, or whatnot, however you want to say this, yes, y'all know that how we Moors do. Mentality, man, we have to be on point with that. You feel? Mentality is, I don't want to say it's like a one-way thing. However, when you think the right way, that will be. That's just how things is. So for example, when I come forth, I love to talk about freedom, things of that sort, right? And because I recognize I have a mind, and I also recognize that you have a mind, I recognize that if I think a particular something, you can think a particular something as well. So when I bring forth to now, you know, I like to go into my examples and whatnot. When I think that freedom means that, let me just give an elaboration of, or an example of freedom. Freedom means we ain't gotta pay rent. Freedom means we ain't gotta pay no utility bills. Freedom means we don't have to just be limited to just one place because, you know, that's just how things is. That's just the major mentality that we have. So freedom means we have cars delivered to us, right? And we ain't got to pay for transportation and gas or anything like that. These resources that we attain for free. And now, a lot of peeps, you know, I be throwing peeps off with that. However, it's a mentality thing. When you have your mind made up that something that's just the way it is, then of course that cannot be changed. Because your mind is, you know, a being's mind, or entity's mind is stuck, is made up. It's like, ain't no way we be free. It's not going to happen. And there it is right there. So when I come and speak to my peoples and saying like mentality is important, if you think that particular way, that's what it's going to be. And the majority of people think in a caged mind. Their mind is caged up. They don't think outside. They don't grow their mind to think like, oh man, maybe we really can. You know, that's how I start with a lot of peeps. They think that maybe, oh shoot, maybe we can. We don't. And then they get the question, how? A lot of people like to ask how, but they don't like to create the way. Right? They don't like to establish the way. And when the way is provided to them, they have that one killer. That one killer that a lot of us be dealing with mentally. Y'all know what that killer is? Doubt. Oh, doubt. Boy, that's the killer. That's a mind killer right there, boy. He ain't who he say it. That nigga ain't. Doubt. That's a killer, my people. Doubt. But anyway, I got a whole video I'm gonna do on that. You know, that's a word. That's when I'm gonna give y'all my perspective on that. But right now we're talking about mentality. So overall, when I tell y'all I'm gonna tell my people these things right here. I say these things so that we can elevate the way we think and actually think. When I come forth and speaking my perspective to y'all, I want y'all to receive what I'm saying and be like, okay, hold up. Yeah, I'm nigga on to something. I can go ahead and, you know, start thinking a different way now. Instead of thinking like, oh man, that's never gonna happen. Well, one of the sayings that I like to say is, if you say so. Niggas be like, man,